Hi, I'm Lisa Andria, Transformation Life Coach. Welcome to the Ladies Who Leap podcast, where guests share their inspiring stories of leaping out of their comfort zone with confidence and power, and into a life of purpose and fulfillment. Let's listen to their life-changing stories so that we can all learn how to gain the courage to take a leap of faith into a life that we love so that we can all be ladies who leap. Welcome to the Ladies Who Leap podcast. Let's get started. Welcome to the Ladies Who Leap podcast. I appreciate that you're taking the time to listen to the inspiring stories of people who took a leap of faith to reach new heights in their life. My goal is that their stories inspire you to take the first steps of many to follow your own unique dreams. So today I have the pleasure of introducing you to Erin Summ. Erin is an international confidence transformation coach who supports women entrepreneurs and professionals to overcome their fears of being seen, criticized, unworthy, and not enough. Change limiting beliefs into empowering beliefs to be confident, bold, and stand in their power so they can actually create the vision for their life, business, and relationships. Erin has been on her own journey from shy to confident since 20, Erin has been on her own journey from shy to confident since 2008. She used to be so fearful of being seen and heard in school. The thought alone of asking a question gave her major anxiety and she chickened out. But her vision was always bigger than her fears. Erin is the creator of the Bold, Confident, You Unleashed card deck and journal, author of Stand Up and Shine, 60-Day Confidence Discovery Journal, and co-author of Catch Your Star. Erin holds a bachelor's degree in psychology and is a certified professional coach through the Institute for Professional Excellence in Coaching. Welcome, Erin.
Thank you.
It's so nice to have you here and see your smiling face and those beautiful things right behind you that have such great, I love the believe in yourself, be bold, and got a vision? I like that question.
Yeah, like got milk?
Yeah, except got a vision?
Yeah.
So, you you have really interesting story and a lot of people can relate to it. I mean, shyness is something that a lot of people are basically just born with, or something, a trauma, something happens in their life that makes them super shy and not wanting to be able to see, be, up in public and in front of people like that. What made you realize, first of all, that this was an issue that you needed to overcome? And then how did you start on that journey?
So I've always been someone who knew that I wanted to do something bigger. Like just even as a kid, I knew that there's something more for my life than just going through the motions, And so I always knew that I was here for a bigger reason, like to make a difference. And um, so my whole life, I've done things that were helpful to others, like or to the planet. Like I had a chapter of the Kids for Saving Earth Club that Target had at one point, when I was a kid, and I ran meetings and we did fun things to learn about the environment and how to recycle and all that kind of stuff. I I did the playground mediator thing where we wore the little vests and had our little clipboards and helped people resolve conflicts in elementary school, just all sorts of different things throughout my life to, um, I guess, move myself forward, even though that wasn't really conscious, right? But I just always wanted to make a difference. So in 2008, which you mentioned from my bio, I really took a big fat leap in that, around that time. Um, I had met this woman. We had gone to a few like in-home parties together, where they sell products. And she kept asking me if I wanted to join her team, and I kept saying no. And so this company was actually Passion Parties. So if you don't know what that is, I know you know what that is, Lisa, but for those watching, if you say, what's a passion party? It's an in-home party for women, just like Mary Kay or anything like that, but we sell romance enhancers. So things that go buzz in the night, right? Lotions, potions, things that go buzz in the night. Um, So I'd gone to some of those parties and the woman kept asking me, "Do you want to join my team?" And I was like, absolutely not. Like there is no way I'm going to stand in front of people, which is like my biggest fear, and sell things that go buzz in the night. Like there's no way. And I don't even know exactly what triggered it, but one day I was like, maybe I should do this. This is like something I should do to get outside my comfort zone and to gain confidence. So I called her up and I said, "Hey Rose, guess what? I do want to join your team." And she probably just about fell off of her chair because I told her no so many times. And I joined, and she had a pretty big team, but I was consistently one of the top couple of sales people on the team. One of the our leaders, she was a life coach, and she really taught me that you can change your thinking, you can change your life, you can change. Well, she taught like about the law of attraction, all that kind of stuff. So I learned so many things during that time that I was doing that business. And I did it for 5 years. I built a team. I helped other shy women to be more confident. Um, I learned so much at that time that it really sent me in the direction of building my confidence. And throughout those 5 years, I had many times the same people at a party, and then a year later or something, I'd see them again. And I would consistently get the feedback of like, wow, you've gained a lot of confidence in the last however long I've seen you. So that was really fun. It was a really, really huge turning point for my life. And at that point, I knew about coaching already, but then having that woman as my coach, who was on my team, was really, really helpful. And that's really what triggered me to say, I think I want to get a coaching certification too, and I want to become a coach. And I finally realized that through many different niches, lots of different mindset niches, but I wanted to help other women to be more confident too.
That's so interesting because you didn't just take a leap. You like literally jumped off the edge.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to be someone who's afraid to speak in front of people, and now you're going to be speaking about something that has to do with like sex stuff,
Yeah.
that's a huge leap. I mean, I have to
Yeah.
give you a lot of credit for that. You could have
Yeah.
started with Tupperware,
Yeah. Right.
but
Or
no, but
makeup or yeah.
yeah, but there probably was a reason for that. The universe or somebody, something in that realm brought it to you because you had somewhat of a passion, it must have been, for even giving other women the ability to open up to using these types of things and to be comfortable with their own sensuality and things like that.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it somehow it brought a passion to you that you were like, no, I want to sell this and I want to learn how to do it. How
Hmm.
amazing is that? Do
Thank
you
you.
remember the first time you actually stood up in front of people and what you were thinking in that very moment?
I don't remember what I was thinking, but I remember I did a party at my house and I invited my friends, but I was still terrified, even though it was pretty much everyone I already knew. There was a couple people there I think that I didn't know, but um, I was so nervous because I hated speaking in front of people. I hated it. It was so scary to me.
What were
Um,
you thinking? Because I know there are things that what we do when we're doing things that are uncomfortable is we kind of keep having those negative limiting beliefs inside our head, right?
yeah.
So you kept kind of doing that inner dialogue. How did you realize how to overcome that inner dialogue? What direction did you get from that woman who was the life coach?
I think just continuing to do it for one thing, like continuing to get outside my comfort zone and do the parties. And then affirmations too, affirming that
Mhm.
I can do this. I wasn't confident at the time. So saying I'm confident was a big stretch. So, I'm getting more confident every single day. Things like that. So it's kind of like a lead in to the to the confidence, right? And
Yeah.
it helps build that confidence as you're continuing to say those affirmations and make them like a softer entrance, I guess, than just like I'm confident.
Yeah. So basically what you're doing is reprogramming your mind to
Mhm.
instead of think the negative inner thoughts, you're thinking the positive ones. And
Yeah,
you keep doing that and keep doing that. And then it actually makes your unconscious mind believe it. And then you start going towards that belief, and then everything falls into place after that.
yeah,
It's really cool
exactly.
how that works. And people are like, positive affirmations. No, they work. They
Yeah,
actually work.
yeah.
So you are a gifted coach, a confidence transformation coach, as you call it, and you help women find their own strength and confidence to accomplish reaching their dreams.
Mhm.
And it's confidence is a tough cookie for many women.
Hmm.
Can you talk about how you help women gain confidence?
Yeah, there's a lot of ways. So,
Mhm.
sometimes people think that confidence, when we talk about confidence, it's like, oh, just get a haircut, put your makeup on, and put on a cute dress. Like that's not what I'm talking about at all. Um, that's kind of like the icing on the confidence cake, I guess, right? Like, um, so what I'm talking about is that deep self-worth and love for yourself. That knowing that you're deserving of more, deserving of your dreams, the vision, like, you were talking about my canvas back there, believing in themselves so that they can reach their goals and their vision for their life. A lot of us don't believe in ourselves, right? And even sometimes we get to that point where, okay, I believe that I can have this, but what about the next thing? And then we have to kind of do it all over again. It's a constant evolution when we're trying to reach for more each time. So it's a constant, yeah, I am worthy of that, and continuing to know that I have value to bring and I'm helping people, and I can do this too, and I can get to this next level too. Um,
Yeah,
so
feeling comfortable with being uncomfortable because reaching and leaping is very uncomfortable, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So helping them to see like where they bring value, because a lot of us as women don't see that in
Yeah.
ourselves. So helping them to see, oh yeah, I do help my friends or my family with these things. And oh, I do make a difference, And so helping to kind of dig that out of them so they can see that they do bring value and they are worthy and they do deserve to have more and all of that.
So I know you're an entrepreneur. There
Mhm.
is another job that you do, and you have to touch on that because I think it's really, really cool. And I know the listeners are going to think that too. But who was it that inspired you to feel comfortable about being an entrepreneur? I mean, were you working somewhere in the past, and then as you got into doing this, and when did you become a full-time entrepreneur, and who kind of inspired you to do that?
I became full-time entrepreneur around 2012. And I've had some odd jobs since then too. I've worked for different coaches and stuff too. It just helped me learn how to run the back end of my business.
Yeah.
So, but I have not had like a 9 to 5 job or a is it 1099 a W-2? I think it's W-2, right? Like, I haven't had one of those jobs, whatever it is, for a very long time, like 14, 15 years. Um, so, my dad had his own business. He was a music teacher out of our home as a kid, and, all growing up. So he was entrepreneurial. I've always been entrepreneurial. I've always done entrepreneurial things from selling friendship bracelets and lanyards that I made to, all sorts of different things. So I think it's always just kind of been like something that I was always going to do.
Yeah, but it's nice that you had your dad kind of showing you how it's done and how to have it be normal, right? In my family, there was nobody that was an entrepreneur, so I didn't see that sense of desire to work for yourself. Everything was kind of, and most, I have to say, most of us, even in my generation, were like, okay, work for a company, and then then you retire, and then you enjoy your life or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So it's nice that you had your dad show you that. Plus, it was musical, it was creative. That is even to me a twofold, right?
Yeah.
That's two
Yeah.
things that he showed you.
Yeah.
And so, what is it, if you can explain what your other job is that you do on this? Well, I don't know if you want to call it on the side, but it seems that it's a wonderful, fun job. What do you do?
So I am a wedding officiant. So I marry people as my other business. So I do a lot of weddings every year. And I do bilingual weddings too. So I speak Spanish, and some of the weddings I do fully in Spanish, some of them are bilingual. So yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, I've seen you post, and it's just, it looks like so much fun, and another way to kind of supplement and
Mhm.
your what you make and your revenue stream.
Yeah.
As you've lived your life very boldly. It sounds like even though you had that shyness, you boldly took that leap to get over that.
Mhm.
So that's a concept. You have that as this particular concept that you teach to everyone. Can you talk about that bold concept? Be bold
Yes.
concept?
Yeah. So it's an acronym actually that I came up with. So Be Bold stands for be brave, get out of your comfort zone, let go of limiting beliefs and fears, and do the unexpected.
Mm.
So I kind of came up with that based on all that I've done over the last however many years it's been to build my own confidence, you know. Um, I teach events about it and we go through all the steps and really dig in, go deep with these different things and like limiting beliefs and fears especially. Um, that's huge to really help us gain confidence to start dwindling down those limiting beliefs and fears, right? And becoming braver and bolder and more confident.
Yeah, I
Um,
like the D. What was the D again?
do the unexpected.
Yeah, I like that a lot because for me, as ladies who leap, you're leaping out of your comfort zone. So you do the unexpected and really almost do the thing that makes you uncomfortable too is another way to put it. Yeah, and I really like that because
Yeah,
if you have a dream, the only way you can get there is by by taking the steps to do it, even if the steps are uncomfortable and scary. Just do
right.
it.
Yeah,
Just do it. Yeah.
yeah.
So, how does it feel to be doing something that you love that's helping other people? Because I like to ask people, what would have been the cost if you didn't take that step, if you didn't start helping other people? So, how does it make you feel? How's it made you feel in a way complete in your life?
Yeah. So, I mean, I love, love, love what I do. You know, I love being on the phone with a woman or having someone at my event that has that like light bulb aha moment and they go, "Oh my God, that thing traces back to my childhood where this happened or whatever," you know, and they have that moment of this is why I'm holding myself back, you know. Um, and then they just all of a sudden take off, you know, where it's just they were holding themselves back for so long. And then this cycle, and then they have this moment and this aha, and they transform and they're lit up and they just start doing all these other things that they never thought that they would do because they just weren't confident enough. They didn't believe in themselves. They didn't feel worthy of having the thing. Um, so that really like fulfills me to know
Yeah,
that it made such a huge difference. You know,
yeah.
there's so many testimonials that I have from women who've attended my events or my retreats or worked with me who have had massive, massive shifts. And that's just, it
You
makes,
have difficult days for whatever reason, and all of us need to have a support system of some kind. So, who do you rely on for support?
so I'm very close with my mom. She gives me a lot of support. I have some very close friends too that I call. Some of them are also coaches, and so they are really good at helping me to see, you know, what's going on and helping me move through it. I have a coach too, so you know, there's I have a lot of support in my life, which is so helpful because there's so many different things that come up, and you know, with mindset and limiting beliefs and getting into fear and all that kind of stuff. And there's so much going on in the world too where there's fear. And it's like, it's so helpful to just like, I'm freaking out. And then to be able to talk through it. Yeah, I almost always feel better after being able to talk through something like that with.
Yeah, which makes me go into like the importance of having a coach. There
Mhm.
are a lot of us out there and we really enjoy and love what we do. But I'll start by explaining the fact that a coach is someone like a good friend, but we would always be there to listen to you. At some point, if you're kind of calling a friend and you keep calling them and you keep having issues and they're going to be like, okay, I've kind of had enough. But a
Yeah.
coach wants you to talk and wants you to come to revelations and wants you to open yourself up. So that's the benefit of having a coach. Is there anything else that you can say? Because I know you have coaches, I have coaches, we are a coach. What
Yeah.
else would you say as far as the things that we do for our clients that, in fact, let me stop by even saying, do you have a particular story that you'd love to share about a client that you worked with that'll give us an example of how great it is to have a coach?
Yeah. So the one that is popping into mind immediately, um, it's going back to her childhood. It's one of those ones I mentioned where it's like, oh, this is connected to my childhood, not connected to what's going on now.
Mhm.
So she used to come to my meetup very regularly. I used to have a monthly meetup and she would come and she was trying to get her business off the ground. She was really struggling. You know, she just could not make things go. And she kept every single month, she said, "Oh, my husband, my husband, my husband, he's not supportive. It's not supportive, and it's not supportive." And I'm going, "Oh man," you know? And then through conversations and the meetup and different things, she it occurred to her because we had a lot of conversations about where these beliefs come from. They could come from childhood. Somebody may have given you a message over and over again that you heard repeatedly. And all of a sudden one day she was like, "My husband's super supportive. It's not him at all. My dad, her whole entire life, would always say women can't be successful. Women can't be successful. Women can't be successful." So she heard this from childhood all the way into her adult years. And she was probably in her 50s at the time. And her dad had died like 25 years prior.
Wow, and
And
it's that strong.
she was
Yeah.
still carrying this woman can't be successful crap with her. And when she realized that, she's like, holy crap, it hasn't been my husband at all. Like he's super supportive and he wants me to be successful. And so once she realized this was my dad's stuff, he even went as far to like quit a job when a woman became his boss because he didn't feel like he could be, you know, bossed by a
That's
woman.
powerful. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Wow.
that really stuck with her in the back of her mind, and she was completely unconscious. And so every time she would try to be successful, she sabotaged herself because she didn't think she could be successful because she was a woman. And so as soon as she recognized that belief and that it didn't have anything to do with her husband, that it was like her dad and had been, 50 years she'd been carrying this thing around, she immediately started seeing success.
Yeah.
And she started leading classes and teaching. I think she was teaching at like college classes and different things. And running her business and getting clients and all these different things. Because as soon as she recognized that, she's like, no, women can be successful and I can be successful. And it just changed everything.
That's amazing. But it is so true. And I've seen it. I work with the clients that as soon as, because all of our unconscious mind, all of the negative limiting beliefs, things that are going to happen in our own lifetime happen before the age of 7. So obviously he started talking that way to her at a much earlier age. And even if he didn't say the words, if he was talking to her mom and said, "Oh, I'm can't work there because it's a woman that would be my boss," she's hearing that, and
Yeah.
it's solidifying in her beliefs, which
Yeah.
is very unfortunate for her. But glad that she worked with you because at least she had it cleared at some point in her life and was able to really be successful. That's
Mhm.
amazing. Great work.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, one of the last things I have my guests do is to share a favorite quote, mantra, or positive affirmation because I believe, again, we learn from stories. We get inspired from other people's stories and quotes, and I think they have a very powerful effect. So, if we can just change one person, we've done our job.
Yeah.
So, what do you have to share with us today?
Yes. My favorite quote that just absolutely lights me up. It's a little long, so I have it. I'm going to read it, but it's by Marianne Williamson, and I have it on my website on every page, just a clip of it because it's so powerful. And I love to read it during some of my events. But it goes like this: Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God, and your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
It's so beautiful. I have heard and read little pieces of it, but I never heard and or the whole thing. So it really is so true. And everybody needs to remember that. You are all something special in your own unique way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
How do people get a hold of you? What
Yeah.
what can you share so that people can learn more about you and or want to work with you?
Yeah. So I'm a bunch of places, but I'm the only Erin Summ on the planet, so I'm very easy to find. But you can find me on Facebook. I have a Facebook group, Confident Woman Community with Erin Summ. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. Uh, and I also I wanted to tell you, I have a free monthly speaker series. It's called Empowered Woman Speaker Series. Lisa, you were one of my first speakers. And so every month I have myself speak and then three other speakers come on and we speak about all things empowerment. So there's all sorts of different topics, but every single one is about empowering women, giving more confidence, things like that. So you can
Yeah, it's a
find
great
that on my
series.
YouTube and yeah.
Yeah, and each woman has their own thing to talk about. So it's really helpful to listen to the whole thing because
Mhm.
each woman has, I mean, there was a woman that talked about ADHD. There's just so many different topics that they talk about. So it's really good to listen and watch your series.
Yeah, and the old replays are up on YouTube too, so you can always go back and watch the old ones. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well, thank you again, Erin, for taking time out of your day. I really appreciate it.
Thank
And
you.
everybody who's watching or listening, remember on the 1st and the 8th, I always have new episodes. And thank you for watching, listening. Please subscribe. I really appreciate it. It's the Ladies Who Leap podcast. Have a great day. Thank you, Erin, again. You're a great friend and I love you to death. So
I love
everybody,
you.
should be wanting to understand more about what you have to offer. So please
Thank you.
get a hold of Erin. Thank you. Have a great day. Thanks so much for listening or watching. Please subscribe to the Ladies Who Leap podcast to be notified of new episodes. And I would love to hear from you. Let me know what works, what doesn't, and if you have a story to tell, please reach out. Come join the Leap community at the Ladies Who Leap Club Facebook group. Remember, leaping out of your comfort zone is where the growth happens.